Netherlands. So we are here in Krynica in Poland for the UCI World Cup round number 2. My name's Matt Pengelly from Shindig Media, and I'm joined by my trusty co-host.
My name is Tom Hutley. Thank you. Look at the weather here in Poland. This is fantastic. We're talking about 22 degrees Celsius. Lovely t-shirt and shorts weather has been the comments on the ground here. A little bit of wind, but we're in the small town of Krynica, Poland, which is a population of about 10,000 people, as we'll see in a bit. This is the trials women's elite that we're going to be
actually see the flags giving a good blow in the wind there, to be honest. So it does look a bit windy, bit different from yesterday's weather. From what I gathered, it sounds like there was a lot of rain.
Yeah, so this is the shots of Krynica, Poland. So it's located in the southern part of Poland, close to the Slovakian border. Population of about 10,000 people. Has that kind of alpine-y vibe to it. Wonderful wooden chalets and stuff. Great vibe. Fantastic place to be hosting a World Cup event such as this. Same organiser that we had last year in Wadowice in Poland also. Thomas, the organiser here. Wonderful layout, building it into the town centre there.
Yeah, look at that shot. Just look at the colours as well. Such a vibrant town by the looks of it. And with only 10,000 kind of population, it's probably a very intimate space. I'm down in the south there of Poland, very close to the Slovakian border.
Yeah, and it just shows you how well trials can be sort of packed up and put across the world. We've had these in very large cities and equally quite small cities and into the Alps. Our next round 3 in September, will be in Cordon, France. Which is pretty much as much into the mountains as you can get, really. So it looks like we've got a fantastic spectator turnout here today.
And the wonderful Nina Reichenbach, as you can see on screen now, she's here for her first round, first World Cup round of this year. She wasn't there with us in Switzerland, so this is her first round of 2025.
Yeah, Nina Reichenbach, previously 6 times world champion. She's won a rainbow jersey 6 times. And out of our 6 qualifiers we've got on the main stage there, this is our qualifiers there. She's the most experienced over on the right-hand side there, though she qualified in the 6th position. It's quite a close final there, but all the way to the left, we've got Vera Baron. She qualified in the 1st position with a full clean 600 points.
Maximum points there. So
who else is on the stage here?
Very strong. Well? So we're going to go, we've got Nina Reichenbach on the right-hand side there. There is
Eliška
Hyrogova
from the Czech Republic.
Andrea Perez, then Nina Vabra, then we've got Alba Riera, and then Vera Baron.
Yeah, so you can see that she's wearing that white and red jersey. That indicates that she is the current World Cup leader, having won the last round that we had in Valbeers, Switzerland. She's also the current world champion.
Yeah, you can see the start list here, and those numbers are correlating to their current world ranking. So you can see here we've got 1, 2.
Yeah, start list there. You'll see Nina Reichenbach's name at the top there. She'll be going first because she qualified in the 6th position, and whoever qualified in the 1st position, in this case it was Vera Baron. She had a spectacular ride in the semi-finals.
There's Nina with Vincent Hamans there, her coach, extremely well-experienced rider. Probably one of our most experienced riders, as you can see. So Nina now is first up.
Yeah, and if you're joining us obviously on the UCI Trials YouTube, please do leave your comments, thoughts. What is Trials to you? We'll try and explain the rules as we go for people that are not familiar with this format. Here we go, Nina Reichenbach. She's just having one final look in the section there. So the sport of trials is relatively simple. They have these small sections here. The riders have just 2 minutes to make it as far through the section as possible without putting a foot or any part of the bike down that is not the tyres. Only the tyres are allowed to contact any obstacle or floor. So Nina's going to want to try and get through as many gates as possible. For each gate that she gets through without putting a foot down or putting a pedal down, anything like that, she will get 10 points. The best score in each section is 60 points. Let's see if she can get through this. She's our most experienced competitor out of the female riders here today. Can she get top points? Let's go then.
Right, into section number 1, and so we begin. You can see already, gate number 1, you can just see there's no tops to those, so extremely technical, really, really small landings.
Yeah, the gates are actually indicated by, you'll see those these little indicators on there. I believe for the women's they're these little pink, so they move through those like goalposts almost. So she's going forward. You just see that the bash plate did go down there, so one of the observers, she's put a thumb up. That's not saying good thumbs up there, that's actually saying that she's had 1 penalty point, so she's not able to get the points for that particular gate there. So currently on 10 points, so she's passed through the first gate fine, doesn't get the points for the second gate, so it can't be a clean ride.
Yeah, and these women will be looking for the pink gates, or the checkpoints, if you're a first-time listener or watcher, sorry. So they need to make their ways through these checkpoints and these gates without putting their feet down to gain 10 points. And if they put a foot down, it will be called a dab or a penalty, and they'll get that little red dot will come up on screen, which will basically mean that they can't get the points for the next gate. So she's, as we say, dropped 10 points on gate number 2, so she can't get any more points there. Beautiful switch from Nina from static, fantastic job, holding the composure straight through.
Yeah, very nice there. So 20 points so far by the looks of it. Can she get any more here? She's only got 20 seconds to get through the remainder of this section. Look at the precision on that pipe there. Wow, there's nowhere to really get there. She's up. She's not put the dab down. Has she got time for any more? It's quite a big move up on this one. Sometimes these gates are separated into A, B, and sometimes C gates. That's a very narrow gate there. Very, very narrow. Yep, okay. That looks like her. She's going to be 30 points there. Is she going to be happy with it? It's going to be very interesting to see what the difficulty of these sections are. Obviously, she's going first. The other riders will be paying close attention to how she found that section. It's one of the disadvantages of going first, in fact. You kind of have to be like the lamb to the slaughter going first, and if there's any mistakes, the other riders are going to be looking and paying attention very, very closely and learning from their other competitors. Hopefully, they won't be making such mistakes themselves. We've got Aliska from the Czech Republic now coming up.
All right, Aliska Rovanel is up. So, one of our younger competitors is going to take a dab now, unfortunately. So, she won't get that. Also caught Nina up. So, Nina only got 10 points in that gate.
Straight up to rear wheel. Being very good on time. Look with the switch.
Yeah,
wow.
Beautiful switch. Great control on the front wheel.
Yeah, Nina didn't get the points on that one because her bash plate went down. So that's the kind of control you want there. They could switch through to 2 wheels, but doing the switch to rear wheel there was very time efficient. So this was very good here. Oh, just boosting over that bit of the pipe there. Very speedy ride so far. She's still got a full minute left. Gate 3, on this particular section, there is only sub-gates within Gate 3. So Gate 1 is a solid gate, to Gate 2, so forth. But some of our gates can be separated into A, B, and C gates, as within this section. So I believe she would have gone through one of the A or B gates. She has to get all 3 of them to be able to get the points.
Right, lining up. Yeah, you can see, and like just the switch is not flat on top. Look at those two little knobs where the front wheel is, and just behind it another sort of edge. She'll have to switch and then hop forward again.
Incredible, incredible.
Really?
You can see that once you do that was you can see there. I think it's 2C written on there, but that was 3C rather. But the height of that she's then switching is the height of the observer. So you can imagine being on your bike above your rear wheel is at the observer's head height. It's a scary move with a lot of confidence required.
You can see, look, no, she's going to have to
Wow.
go back again.
Whoa.
Oh, see?
Wow.
There's no flat tops, and she's obviously out of time, but you just saw losing that bit of balance. This might catch a few of the riders out, and not only will it be the women's, the 26, the 20, it's just going to add that little bit more of a technical challenge to this section.
I think what's particularly difficult about that is you need to really get yourself in the correct position to get the side up to that pipe. So you need to get the bike in the right place, but there's really not much room to correct yourself. If it was a nice flat pipe on top, then yeah, you can move yourself, maneuver it where you need to be to get the best takeoff from the side hop. With a little thin pipe like that, there is absolutely nothing to do. Okay, we've got Andrea Perez into the sections now. She is our youngest competitor. She's very frequently making the finals. She made the finals in Valbird in Switzerland. So here we go. How quickly can she get through here?
Our youngest competitor now, Andrea Perez. So managed a good score of 520
in the qualifying,
qualifying, so
lovely. So she went for the switch. She went through to 2 wheels there. Not as time efficient. You just then have to pop up away from that, but you could risk hitting the back plate in the way that Nina did. So clean ride so far for Andrea.
all right. So she's going to get the 10 points for the second gate.
Yeah, so this is the one that's now gate 3 is now separated into a few parts here, so A, B, and C. So getting up onto rear wheel, and as she did there, I believe it was the A gate. This could be the C gate. I'm just trying to see from our view what we've got there. That's going to be the C gate. So yeah, once she switches her rear wheel through that, she will get the points. So even if she does not make it down through the other side, so long as the rear wheel goes through, she will get the points. So that's the points. That's 30 there. And
you see there, it's just really hard to see with that, just how narrow those landing points are, like skinny little rails. Just see on the top of the angle of the camera there.
The other thing as well is there is the adverse camber of that concrete pipe as well. It's not a perfect flat pipe. It's wanting to throw you off as soon as you get on rear wheel there. So really testing, but it can. Wow!
Wonderfully done.
No,
she just
Ooh! Here we go. What happened there? She got up there, but she didn't quite switch through. That's probably one of the most fearful things in trials. When you're up high on something and you need to pop through onto rear wheel, it can be quite demanding to do so. And I think what happened there is that her rear wheel slipped as she went up into the rear wheel there.
Yeah, the front wheel was just too low for her to get the body weight back. Here's the replay. Switching, look, just not enough. Great
Luckily, she got out there well.
Yeah, to be fair.
I know some riders, including my co-host I'm sat next to, who would just grip the bike with absolute fear.
But she actually let go of the bike, which is what you need to do. So maybe some context there is often I don't let go of the bike when I fall off. But
it's really quite difficult sometimes for our riders to know when do you hold on and you can actually still stay on the bike and still get the point.
Yeah.
But when do you go, right, this is a back crash? Exactly. But that's experience.
Nina Vabra for France now, riding the Comas aluminium bike. Good start, lovely control. They are making those pipes just look easy. And like people must be like, I don't get it. That is incredibly difficult.
Yeah.
So, is she going to get the 20 points? It's gone for the hook.
Wow, very nice. Yeah, there's a little bit of a bit there where it sticks out the bottom of the pipe. That lends itself very well to the hook maneuver.
Yeah, she's no stranger to a good hook. Nina's been putting the hours in on the bike, judging from the social media posts that she's been putting up there. So really putting the time in.
And I'm sure having a mentor like Vincent Hermans there that's invaluable gold information there. Here we go. This is the move of the section, I would say. They're really getting composed here, but as soon as they switch up onto rear wheel, it's just a case of getting off that pipe as soon as possible. So much control.
Really well composed. They're really, really on it today. There's no slippage.
I've been told as well from the general feeling from a lot of the riders is that this is a more straightforward trial. There's no gimmicks per se within this trial.
Yeah, pure trials, just rocks and concrete.
Sometimes I think what happened there was just taking off that very thin edge. You can sometimes get a bit of a slip of the rear wheel. You put the power down, but if the rear wheel just loses contact on takeoff, it just pings you forward a bit too much.
The observer nearly getting run over. All right, so she's just taken one dab, one penalty.
Great.
Oh, it's slipping as well. She's got to switch to back wheel.
Yeah.
She does. Beautiful work,
There we
Nina.
go. These are all straight gates from here, so there's no like sub gates. So that should be up to
10
40
seconds
points now. Can she get the next 50? I think she's going to be close on time there.
Look, she's got to make her way up to that pipe somehow. She's bouncing through really well. I think she's out of time now.
But where was the gate there? Well, I think the gate would have been getting off that pipe. Are they saying?
I think it's 40 points. 40 points, observers are saying. So great ride from Nina. Really, really well done.
Yep, Nina Vabra, she's had one podium within the World Cup on the Women's Elite. Maybe she could find herself a second time onto the podium in this World Cup here.
You see as well, she'd into that hook, booming the back wheel, which a little bit of context is basically a hop that you move forward on the bike without letting go of the back brake. And that was the kind of move. You can see the back wheel just slipping. She just gets it up, pulls it to back wheel to drop through and get the points. Always smiling.
Trials legend on the left there is Mr. Vincent Hermans. So
Yes.
he's a many World Times champion himself. So to have a great mentor like that is also valuable in these competitions. Alba Riera-Aurora, she is the current world champion, hence the jersey that you are seeing there.
Ranked number 1 in the world right now for the females.
Yeah.
So let's see how Alba's going to get on here. As we say, the ladies have made really light work of the beginning, despite the technical takeoffs and landing. Not gone for the kind of up to front wheel from there. Lovely swap, controlling on the front wheel, switching to back and jumping out right away. That's the sort of move that these riders are going to want to do to try and save some time, because remember they only have 2 minutes per section with a total of 6 checkpoints or 6 gates. So 60 points. So now moving on to gate number 3.
Yeah, Alba's also she's our second youngest female competitor. She's just 17 years old.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
17 years old and she's already got a rainbow jersey. She has got fantastic career.
We were riding before she was born, Tom. If that makes you feel old. All right, Alba now rolling up to the 4th gate. So the female going for these pink gates, as you can see. But beautiful
lovely
swap.
switch. Yeah, it's also worth noting as well that the Spanish are really a dominant force within the sport of trials. I believe it was 27 Spanish riders taking part in this World Cup over the weekend. We've had a quarterfinals, a semi-finals, and now you are seeing the finals. So this is the best of the best riders.
Yeah, and 50% of all the finals includes Spanish riders. Females, 3. 20 inches, at least 3, if not more. 26 is 3. So you can see a real dominating the finals, the Spanish.
Very good. Has she got the time to get out? She's got to get one more gate there.
10 seconds.
Points. Is that out the gate?
I think
that
she's
was
going to call
gate.
it.
I don't know if that was the last gate or... Oh, that's
60 points. We've got a first clean run there.
So that gives some pressure for Vera Baron, who's going to be going next. That's her brother.
That's her brother, Marty there. Also an incredible rider. Little bit of a social media sensation as well for the Spanish. So make sure you check him out.
Yeah.
So this was the first gate. For a first gate,
yeah.
it's pretty technical. It is.
We see it every year within the women's trials, is that the level is just stepping up and up and up. It always used to be quite more technical, balanced lines, but these are quite big moves. So they're having to really work on the power every year when we see the female riders just getting better and bigger with their power.
So one more rider for section number 1. The current leader of the competition so far is Vera Baron.
Yeah, so there's 3 competitions that make up this year's World Cup series. This is the second of those 3. Vera, she won the last World Cup that was held in Valbirs, so she's going to want to try and maintain that lead if she wants to become overall World Cup
And she did clean the semis, so maximum points. She's going to want to do the same in today's finals. Let's see how Vera gets on. So into section 1 and through gate number 1.
Yeah, also a previous world champion. She won the world championships, gracing that rainbow jersey in 2021.
Yeah, you can see that. The jersey she's currently wearing is the current World Cup leader. So whoever's in the lead wears that red and white World Cup jersey. So 20 points for Vera and about 1 minute 25 to go. So that'll be through gate number 2.
Yeah, she's definitely got it in her wheelhouse to be able to get a full clean score here.
Yeah, so this would be the 30 points to get through this one. You can see either side, she's got a hook. Just like before, she has to switch up, landing in a back wheel. Hopping forward slightly, there we go, dropping down. Yeah, beautifully done. Just a casual roll in the park. All right, on to gate number 4 now. We saw it's up on top of that pipe in front of her, so she's got to make her way up to the first obstacle. The really difficult straight from the first.
You're doing the safer manoeuvre of going for 2 wheels. I'm sure she could have switched it. There is no extra points for style in trials. It's just about getting through the gates. Remember, it's the rear axle that must pass through the gates to ensure they get the point for that gate. That there is gate number 5, so she's going to go on to the final one, number 6. She's got just under 20 seconds. I think she can do this. It's quite simple once she gets.
Yeah, and having watched her teammate and competitor Alba getting maximum points, she knows she's going to want to do the same thing. So she's spinning round.
Little pipe to be in.
Really tough. Switching straight to it.
Oh wow! Has she got
wheel.
the time to get out? Is the observer going to be in the way?
Time.
Speed.
Time. I
Did
think
she
she's
say
only
yes?
got 50.
50. No, I think she's pleading. She's saying, "What, did I get out in time?" And they'll show the stopwatch. That's not the face that's not the smiley Vera face that we're used to. Oh, that
50 points for Vera there.
That is tough. 50 points. So that gives Alba the lead there.
So you can see she went for the 2-wheel approach onto that obstacle, which is fine. It's a safer bet. However, it might take a little bit more time. And we saw Alba go to front wheel and switch to back, which would save time, which meant she was able to get out in good time.
Yeah, just one extra, one less hop, one less move. It just means that once you're on the rear wheel, you can hop out, choose the direction you need to go, and off you go. That is going to put... It can be really close, some of these competitions. It can seriously come down to the wire. So we'll have to see how this progresses. Nina Reichenbach, the most experienced of the female trials riders in the finals today.
Look at this colour coding going on as well. This kind of, orangey bronze colours there. Riding the clean carbon bike, same as our top 3 there. So...
Yeah, she took the decision not to compete in Val Beers in Switzerland recently. And the decision was, it was just that she's dedicates so much of her life to this sport. Every year it's a case of training, putting in so much time and work in the gym over the winter, riding every single day, having to go all around the world with her bike, doing shows on her bike. She lives on the bike, so it was really good to see her at this competition and presumably just kind of having a bit more fun, really. She's got nothing to prove in terms of... She's already had a lot of rainbow jerseys, so I'm hoping she's having a real fun ride here.
Absolutely, that's a really good point. I know she's here to get the enjoyment out of still riding and making somewhat of a career of what is a very, very niche sport.
Yeah, really positive, encouraging. All of our female riders are. They all lift each other up. They are competing against one another, but they all have a mutual respect and love for one another, as do within the men's scene as well.
Yeah, it's just a group of friends out riding together. There happens to be a lot of people watching, and including us from all the way in HQ. So, got a bit of a side op going on here from Nina. I like the look of this so far. Oh, just holding that back wheel on.
That is a good size side.
That is good, right. I mean, the crowd are going to have to get behind her now. This is really big, really tight. Just needs to hold it. My favourite move so far, of course it is. Oh, Right, this is good. This is going to tire her out, and of course,
I think it's the slope of the rock that's there as well. So it's kind of almost you want to lean into the rock, but not too much because that could, remove the traction and the grip once you get there.
I think we're going to see some of them bounce to it, like into a Frenchie. I reckon Nina's looking at jumping and jumping straight into it.
That is a technical. Again, the comment we had on the ground was that this is raw trials. There's not really any gimmicks within this competition. Some of the competition setters, they like to put in unique, different moves.
A bit like an art display in some ways, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sometimes, not in a bad way.
In Val Beers, we had like sections of climbing.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's not something we ever see in trials, and it can really throw people off. In Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and places like that, we sometimes see sand in the section.
Well, there's nothing here that they haven't practiced on before.
Exactly. This is about raw trials ability. It's not about throwing the riders off. It's about how can we see the best rider.
All right, so Eliška Rybkova now from Slovakia. And here we are, moving on to gate 1B, which now should be the 10 points.
Yeah, it can be quite difficult to see on these sections how they are divided up. As viewers at home, you're just seeing pink gates. But remember, in theory, there are 6 main gates. It goes from 1 through till 6, but some of them can be divided up. In this particular section, Matt, section 2, we've got divisions on gates.
Yeah, so now we're on 1A. There's 1A and B. That's how she had to get the 10 points, so there's a total. And now she just got 10 points for gate 2. Now gate 3, there's no A and B here, so it's just one gate. So we'll call it their sub-gates is what Tom's meaning. So if we're on to, say, checkpoint 3 or gate 3, sometimes there's A and B.
Oh, she's not even taking the side up at all, but that has cost her because she couldn't just quite bounce out of that. She's putting both feet down.
And it is going to depend on what riders feel most comfortable, what they feel most confident with in those moves. So it may be that Eliška's like, I'm not going to side off that, I'm going to go for the whole pedal up to front wheel. But unfortunately wasn't enough to get more of those points. So just 20 points for Eliška. Okay.
Andrea now for Spain.
Andrea Perez for Espanyol. Also one of the youngest riders here today. So that's 1A, and then we need a 1B for her to get the 10 points. So here we go. Rolling up to 1B. Now we've got, come on Andrea. See, wearing the Trial Evolution jersey as well. Probably want to.
Yeah, one of the big trials parks in Spain. They have quite a few trials parks in Spain.
They certainly do. Might explain a lot of why there's many good Spanish riders. Very dominating country. Thankfully not in the football. Sorry guys. All right. So here we are, rolling up to section 2. Gate 2. In section number 2. Andrea on the clean carbon. I need to check most of them are all riding the clean carbon bike. Here we go, straight to the top, switching to back wheel, dropping down, beautifully done. That'll be another 10 points, so 20 points in total. Just checking our live scoring here to make sure we're giving you the correct data. Now, first tactical dab of the competition so far. A little bit of context, a dab is kind of the penalties we're talking about. That's what that red dot is.
Just struggling with the grip there. Look at how that left foot is fighting to stay up.
Yeah, so she has to keep one foot on the other side of the frame like that.
Oh, that's 2 down.
That'll be 2. Observer's actually given it 3. So it means she's put her foot down 3 times. So she's only got 2 chances to put her foot down again, but she cannot get the points for that in only 10 seconds. Look how narrow that gap is. Oh
no.
Very unfortunate. She didn't get the points for that one either. So just 20 points for Andrea.
Yeah, our riders have a maximum 5. They can use up to 5 dabs. On the 5th dab, so basically if they put a foot down in one area, then a foot down again and again, up to number 5, that will be the end of their ride. That is the equivalent of putting both feet down, which will count as 5 dabs and end the ride. So they can use up to 4, but they could use them all throughout the section. The issue is if you, say, put a foot down before a gate, you will not get the points for that gate you are attempting. You could have a really difficult obstacle and you think, you know what, I'm going to use all 4 dabs so I can get through this obstacle and then I can attack the rest of the course and try and gain more points later on in the course.
Here we have Nina Vabra now for France in section number 2. She's made it through 1A, flicking through to 1B. 10 points for Nina. 1 minute 35 left. So obviously with this many gates, they've got to be efficient with their moves and their time. There's not really much space to make 2 attempts.
Trials is quite a speedy sport. When you break it down into the 2 minutes they had, it's just 20 seconds per gate. So if you have to, as Matt says, to take a second attempt, that can really eat into your time and your overall progress. So you want to be going as quick as possible and up. She's not going for the side up, straight rolling up.
Oh, very close, but going for the second attempt, we say. She's got a minute to go, almost halfway through. So will she get to the very top? She just needs a bit more of a push to get that front wheel over. Oh, very, very close. Right, she's going to go for the side up now. I think she'll take a tactical dab.
Big side.
Oh, is she going to? No, she's going to go for the side up. Go on.
No, come on.
Go on, Nina.
Oh, yes.
Oh, it's good. See, she should have started with that, unfortunately, but
you can see what happened there. That rock was just, there's nowhere to grip on it.
No.
Nina Reichenbach made that rock look like it was made of Velcro because she really stuck to it when she got up there.
Yeah.
But the issue is as soon as you really plant your weight into the rock, it just wants you to slip out, as we saw with Nina Vabra there. Straight through rear wheel on that one. We saw Andrea struggle with that one for whatever reason, but we're all good there.
yeah, onto the B part of that, flicking through, nicely done.
She's learned that from Vincent, her man. She's got to come on.
Oh,
That's a
100%.
very Vincent way of getting through the sections because you're not in contact with the rock. You're just straight over and through the gate.
Yeah, really, you're just hucking through it.
Yeah, it's different names for that move. Some people call it a boost, some call it a huck. I like to call it a boost, whatever.
Yeah.
I
So
think she's a little bit upset with that. She knows she could have got a better score there. That's 30 points. So
I know it was that dab, that pedal up to there. I think if she'd started with dabbing right away, you know, she might have carried on to get a few more points. So that's all right. Still smiling, Vincent laughing, giving her the encouragement she needs. And Alba Riera now for Spain.
just visualising where she wants to go
Yeah,
here.
what do I love it when that happens. I go, tell us you're a trials rider without telling us you're a trials rider.
Yeah, very important with these gates. You must complete them in order. So it goes 1 through to 6. If you do them out of order,
Yeah, she's always putting a bit of style to the gates here. So that's 1A, and then got to get up and over this next rock in front of her for 1B.
yeah, but we have seen World Cups decided and World Championships decided on riders who have missed gates. If you get the gate wrong, even some of the very best riders, it can happen. You're just in the zone. If you miss the gate, that's the end of your ride. You get 5, and you only have the points up until that point. Everything you've collected, you are not able to continue with your section.
Now to the third gate of section number 2. 1 minute 15 left to go. First try from Alba. She rolled up, got that front wheel just hooked over the top. That's what Nina would have been going for. Okay, on to the next gate. 30 points for Alba so far.
Yeah, she's got a minute to get through this. She's over halfway through, so this is very good time for her.
Yeah.
Gate 4A and B, so this is the B section of the gate. That gets her the 40 points. 2 more to go and just under a minute. She's good for time. These are just straight gates now. There's no sub gates. It's a 5 and 6. Can she do it? This will really put the pressure on Vera. Wow!
Got into that hanging hook
Did
position.
you see how far back she was hanging before it just gripped? She got it.
Yeah, she had to take a dab at the top though, so I don't think she'll get the points there.
But
She's still got 27 seconds to go. See how narrow the gate. There's tape either side of that rock.
This is
she's
raw
on.
trials. Yeah, so the tape, you've got to treat those tapes like walls. You are not allowed to cross over that tape. You must stay within the tape.
Laser beam.
Oh,
she just gets it. Does she get the 10 points?
That's through. She's got to be.
I think she did. We're going to just confirm.
Yeah, that's 50, I think.
Go on, guys. Yeah, 50. Go on, give it to her. I think so.
I think so, yeah.
We're just getting the scoring guys to keep up there. We appreciate there's a lot of moving parts to keep on with this. But there's that move on the second gate. First try.
That saves. That's what's key to this
Yeah,
section. That
that's
saves a
gonna.
lot of time.
That could be the difference between an extra 30 points or nothing.
Now, can Vera get the clean here? Can she get 60 points? She's going to need to ensure that she keeps up with the world champion. This gap. Look at that. It's a huge gap to rear wheel as well.
It just recovers it. Body's moving to the left, so she's got to move with it.
Not much to land there at all. You can see that weird twist of the body she went through there. That's to ensure that the axle passes through. Both axles must pass through those gates. You cannot go over the gates. Or the center line of the bike cannot go over those axles. Treat them like goalposts or laser beams pointing up into the sky. You must go through the gates.
Death laser beam sounds much more exciting, doesn't it? If they cross them, they will damage their body.
They will not get the points. It will cut the carbon bikes in half. Come on, Vera Baron.
Vera Baron for Spain now, second Spanish rider. So obviously they are competitors, but they are good friends. So really well composed, saving energy, good with time. Obviously you want to rush, but you don't want to tire yourself out. So up to 2, flicking to back wheel, dropping through.
That was
gate number 1.
1A, 1B.
Yep, 10 points for Vera. On to the second gate, which should just be one gate on its own, no A or B.
Nice big rock up this, isn't it? But just hook straight in first try. Look at that.
Yeah, really, really.
Look, it's
composed.
the shoulder height of the observer. That's.
Now, how is Vera going to get this one? She looks like she's going for the rolling to hook.
Quite a short run up on this.
Yeah. Managed to just get full
Uses
pedaling.
that little bottom rock. You see that?
Clever.
Yeah, that is knowing your bike to precision. Sometimes you can get into that move and then you'll find that the top rock actually pushes your bike back. So to know that you can get that bottom rock and clear it, incredible.
She might do these together now, ready?
Good on time.
Yeah.
This is 4AB. So
Staying on the back wheel to save time. No, dropping down. So she's going to have to get a little bit more
I think she
composure.
goes to rear wheel again. Yeah.
Yep.
There's the 40 points.
Yep.
40 seconds now to get 2 more gates. That's good time. Now,
It's considerably higher.
we
so
saw a dab go down from Alba here. I don't know what happened. She might have put a pedal down. If the pedal hits, then of course that will cause the dab. She's hooked in. She's clear.
Oh yeah, she's got to get that front wheel in the right position. There, you can see just that over the back wheel,
Wow.
just on the
Look, that's
so tight. Cannot touch her feet.
2.
She's
Yes.
got it. Flicked through. I think that's 10 points.
Last gate.
10 seconds to go. Will she make it to the last gate? Go on, Vera.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
just.
Is she out? It's going to be tight on time. Is that the 60 that she needs? Yes. I
Yes.
think
Mummy Ross there. We'll keep cheering her on. Benita Ross's mum, a legend of the sport in the background. Look, just so composed. 3 simple steps there in that hooking motion, flicking up to 2. It's a really, really good ride from Vera so far. So 60 points for Vera.
which then means that she's going to be tied with Alba. That's exactly the scoring that she needed to come back after the first section. Alba, Riera Aurora getting 60 points in the first section, where Vera got 50. So those two are tied in the top position with 110 points.
All right, we're moving on to section number 3. Starting off with our 6th qualified rider, Nina Reichenbach from Germany.
Yeah, as you can see here, the sections are made of just rocks and pipes. I believe some of these were reused from last year's World Cup. That was also the second round in Poland, in Wadowice. Same organiser as well.
Look how narrow and sharp that rock is. What a tough start.
That is
You just
stuff
see
of nightmares.
flicking through. Wow, and that's so earlier on into the section number 3.
Yeah, great moves here with these. I imagine Mr. Carol Serwin would have had some input into some of these sections.
Oh, he certainly did. I know he was building a lot of this and making some of the gates. So shout out to Carol Serwin there from Poland. Got to stay on that. Look how thin and narrow that gate is. She did make that look easy, but that's just because many years of experience on these competition platforms here. So
it can be so difficult setting up these sections because the ability of the women just always astounds us every year. We walk these sections and they just look impossible, or there's some of the more finer, minutiae details you can't quite see on the camera enough to throw you off. This is about pure precision, balance and control. This is trials.
Oh, she's held it. She put that front wheel in, pulled it back. She's trying to pick up the pace a little bit here now. Probably some of the most progressive level is definitely the female category. As you can see, years ago, it certainly wasn't this level. So they've progressed probably the most.
Yeah, I'm talking about 10 years ago, maybe even as recent as, say, sort of 5-6 years ago.
Just take it.
Size of that
we did
gap.
forget that gap's actually quite big, and she took off a point.
Yeah, there's pretty much no solid edge to take off from there.
Wow.
But as I was saying, years ago it would be about just kind of pure balance lines, just the control element, whereas now it is these huge moves you're seeing. Look at this gap across here. She's out of time. Will she go for it?
Nah, it's not really worth that risk if she's been called it. So 30 points for Nina. It's tough getting back into it, you know, when you haven't been in the comp for a little while, and it's her first one back this year. Obviously, it's going to be difficult. You sort of retuning your mind, getting in that headspace, so to speak. You know, the other riders have had a whole other round. So she will be playing maybe a little bit of catch-up here to get herself back into form. So Eliška Rybkova now.
Yeah, from the Czech Republic.
The Czech Republic, sorry. I think I said Slovakia. Yes, yeah, Czech Republic. She will be representing also on the clean carbon bike.
Yeah, we've seen her quite a bit in the. She always seems to make finals now in the most recent note, so definitely one to watch.
20 years of age. Look at that takeoff, just that thin point at the very top of the rock. That's probably the best place to take off from.
Wow. And then actually got to get on that rock.
Yeah, hooking that front wheel over so that she can switch.
But look at the rear wheel. Look, it's on the edge.
Oh, it's close. Oh, really nice swap.
And that's the difficult thing with that swap, is that you have to get a level of grip to be able to then put the power down, to then pull the rear wheel up. And if you put the grip down, or sorry, you put that level of grip down, you can slip out very easy there. These are some great moves here, aren't they?
Yeah, there's tape you can just see on the left-hand side of that rock, so they have to go from this right-hand side.
And also not go back through those other gates there.
Oh, see the back wheel there? Nearly following through there.
Yeah, that's the other thing to note. So you'll see the yellow gates as well as those pink gates. Now, riders are not allowed to go through the yellow gates. At least these women riders are not allowed to go through those yellow gates. But they also cannot go back through gates they've already done, or ones that come later on.
Yeah, they'll be penalised, essentially. They won't get the points for that gate.
The gate effectively closes. Once you go through it, you cannot then reuse that obstacle. Because remember, trials is quite interpretive in knowing how you're going to approach the obstacle, what you're going to do on each obstacle. And they'll look for the most creative lines. The section builders have to work very, very hard to ensure that some of the riders don't take an easy route.
Well, she's going to have to go for a second attempt on the fourth gate here, because she needs to stay on that rock to gap to the next one. Just look at the takeoff, that sharp edge. Oh,
yeah, this one's I said about the gates closing. This one's an exception because this is gate 4A and B. It might not be. She's going up from the other side. Maybe it's just an easier route to do. Out of time.
That'll be it for her. Only 30 points for Eliška. But you see in there, just that one failed attempt at each gate, we could jeopardise your entire competition. That's how quickly it will change. So there was Titouan and Emma there in the background. Good shout out to the French riders. It's Titouan in a wonderful t-shirt.
Yeah, 20 nationalities came together for this World Cup. The furthest, well, I don't know my quite geography in relationship to Poland, but we've had a Japanese rider, Brazil, and Chile have come all the way to Europe to come compete in this World Cup.
So Andrea now for Spain.
First gate, it's look how high that is.
Yeah, and they swapped the back wheel onto that pointy edge.
That is precision.
People, lots of riders would struggle to do that if it was a foot off the ground.
Yeah.
Let alone 3 or 4 feet.
I've been riding in this sport for nearly 20 years. That would put a lot of fear into me. Yeah.
So, okay, on to the second gate now. It's just on the very end of that. You can see how narrow it is. Front wheel through, back wheel through. Wonderfully done. So on to the next gate. This is 20 points with 1 minute 10 to go. It's a nice shot there of that gate, how they've got to get up there. It's like a bit of a hook, a bit too big to go straight to back wheel. So getting 2 wheels up and then dropping down. So that's gate number 3. Okay, now on to gate number 4. So this has got an A and a B. That's what we were talking about, that actually caught out. So she's got to hold it on the back wheel, get to that very edge, to jump to 2. Once she's got the back wheel, there's the 10 points. 40 points now for Andrea. It's a good ride with just over 20 seconds to go. So this is gate number 5. She's got to get through. I think she's got it. Yeah, she went back. No, scrap that. She didn't quite get through it, so she's out of time. 40 points.
Yeah, that's the highest score we've had from any of the riders going through so far. So it's kind of looking as it was in the qualifiers, that the people that qualified, obviously the lower position, obviously get the lower scores, and it's, as we're working through the section, we are gradually getting up here. That's what we want to see within these sections, because if the scores were a little bit too close, that could indicate that these were a little bit too easy. We want to see them get progressively harder and harder as the more higher qualified riders go through.
Yeah, and I think that's why it primarily comes in that order. Obviously, there's a benefit to qualifying in first position. All the other riders will go before you, which means you can kind of observe any mistakes or any tricks or tips that may have been missed. So that there is a little bit of an advantage there to qualifying first.
Yeah, just saying hello to some of the people in our comments. Yeah, please do leave comments if you want to know a bit more about this sport. If you have never seen trials before and you don't understand the format, we'll do our best to explain. Hello there to Jeff Hayes, I know who's a trials rider in Des Moines, Iowa of America. Let us know where you're watching from. Trials is a worldwide sport. We have 20 countries competing in this World Cup. It goes all around the world. We're going to be in France in September for the 3rd round of this World Cup, and in November World Championships will be taking place in Abu Dhabi. So hope to see many of you there. That will all be covered here on the UCI Trials UCI YouTube as well.
It's a different technique there. Nina went for my favourite, classic side up with a little spin turn to exit through the gate and get the 10 points. As we say, there's no wrong or right way to attack or complete the gates. Obviously, tyres only preferred, but it will be down to the rider's confidence, preference and level. So 30 points with 50 seconds to go. We've seen it's caught out one of our riders earlier on, so she's had to take a dab. Didn't look like she was sure what to do with that one. I thought she was straight to back wheel, but didn't quite push the back wheel through. So getting on that edge, to gap to front, rolling the front wheel through.
That is just so smooth. It's a big
really
gap,
smooth.
and it's not off of the nicest takeoff.
No. Again, I think a lot of people who have never ridden trials and sort of watch it sort of maybe struggle to understand why they make it look so elegant and it's so easy, because it really isn't.
No, it really isn't. I think that is the thing. We'd encourage anyone. Oh, just slipping out there.
Didn't have the confidence in that one, Nina, I don't think. I've definitely seen her attack gates like that with a little bit more confidence, but maybe the time was eating away at her, or, you know, perhaps something's just distracting sometimes as well. So it's a great effort, though.
Yeah, 30 points in that one, so that'll be putting Nina on 100 points currently. I'll get you a bit of a run through of where we currently are with who's where. But it very much does look to be the order that they went in is the order that they are coming out.
Alba Riera for Spain. And 2 minutes begins. So, game number 1. You see where that front wheel is. Getting that back wheel in that same position the front was. There we go. To gap through, swapping front to back. Nice and easy. Little curb there, causing a little bit of I wonder if that's helpful in some of the competitions, having that curb by the rocks, but we may see that later on. Great control from Alba. Good pace. Looks very relaxed, resting as she rolls through to the next gate. 20 points so far with 1 minute 20.
Yep, so gate 3 is just a solid 3 gates, so that'll be up to 30 points there. As is gate 4, so once we get to gate 5, it's then split into the gate.
That's what Nina was going for. Straight to back wheel, so you can get to the very edge. Gap. Wow. That's quite
solid
a big gap.
pitch gap there.
Yeah, really good technique. Really well composed. 40 points and 50 seconds to go.
Yeah, she's really going to be putting the pressure on for Vera Barron. So she's currently tied with Vera. They're both going to be wanting to battle it out for the first position. Very nice help. Is she going to go to the gap, getting all the way to the top? Wow. That's incredible.
Got a switch, 30 seconds to go.
But it's just getting, that is the most scariest thing in trials. When you're looking down a rock, every bit of momentum is wanting to throw you down that rock and you just casually switch up to rear wheel. That is not an easy nor an enjoyable move. That is skill.
Here we go now, up to the final gate. Gapping, front wheel hooking in, just got to switch to back, drop down, making it to the end. Gosh, now, did she get there in time? We're about to see.
Her brother Marty giving her the pat on the shoulders there. We saw him qualifying the World Cups last year.
60 points, yeah, she got full maximum points.
That puts the pressure on again for Vera. Wow.
Yeah.
Vera's got to get a clean ride here to ensure that, you know.
Yeah, that gap to front was like it's nothing.
I would love to get a measurement on that. That is not a small gap.
So controlled. Look, to 2 wheels, then to the back wheel, just dropping down, like you say, facing the floor.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the scariest things you can do.
Yeah, you can imagine that. Even if you come from a mountain biking background, imagine like being downhill and then having to switch to rear wheel. And these are bikes that are already very front focused. They already have a very low front end. So to be doing that with every camber angle against you,
it just feels wrong. You know, it must say, and quite scary. It's like somewhere when you try and write left-handed and you're right-handed or something. I don't know, it just feels wrong.
Vera Barron, she's going to want to get a clean ride here just to stay with.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure now.
Yeah.
They're very, very close for first and second position right now. So let's see how they do.
We've seen her act under pressure before. She, of course, was the 2021 world champion, so she has graced a rainbow jersey before. She's competed in plenty of World Cups. In fact, she's actually graced the World Cup podium 12 times, actually winning 9 World Cup rounds.
So that's gate number 2 now, 20 points for Vera, 1 minute 30 left to go. Incredible setup in today's competition, Mr. Warner.
No, she made a mistake there. Did
That's
they
a
count that as
5.
The other foot didn't go down, or are they saying she went over the centre line of the bike?
This is going to be tough, right?
We're going to have to see that there. I don't think she went over the centre line of the bike.
Oh man.
So what's happening there is that if one foot can go down, But it depends what the other foot does. She is not going to be happy with that.
I don't.
That is really
We're going to be watching that one back. But at the end of the day, if that's what the observers called in the moment, that's what they've said. That's what's going. That's what the score will be. Let's have a look at this.
Yeah, I think she must have just crossed over centre line of bite. Where that foot kind of tucked round the back,
Yeah.
he even made that same gesture. You see his hands there, he was gesturing to say, look, you've put your foot round the back there. That's just completely changed this World Cup now.
It has. It's really opened up. So
that means that Alba has to really make a bit of a mistake of her own in section 4 or 5 for Vera to be able to keep this.
Yeah, so it's still to play for now. Yep. Yeah, even Sergi's like a bit shocked in the corner there, thinking, what happened there? All right, Nina Reichenbach in section number 4, 10 points so far. And then lovely side up, but she's going to have to go again. Okay, come on, Nina. You can see the gate just at the top, at the end of that rock. She's holding it 2. Yes, she just got a balance there. Really nicely done from Nina. Like, drop it down to the other rock. You see that gate? Just that small knobble of a rock with the pink gates either side. So she's got to get this next. So only a minute left to go. 10 points so far. Oh, very tricky. Look, she's watching that toe not to hit the rock. They're allowed to hit the markers, the little pink gates. They're allowed to touch those, but they cannot touch the obstacle. That will be a dab. So her bash plate did touch the very top of the rock. So that will mean a dab or a penalty there. So no points for gate number 3 because she just scraped the bash plate there. That's a big up to back, up to front as well. I mean, however they approach it, I should say. It's quite a big move up, but she also took a dab. So very unfortunate there. She won't get the points. So just 20 points so far. Yeah, section 4. Look at the height of that one. There's an A and B here as well. So she's got to drop down, jump through that, just holds it on the back. Wow. Well done, Nina. Well recovered.
You can see the smile on her face there. You've got to remember that our competitors have actually gone through a semi-final the day before. So it's quite strenuous and straining of our competitors, to do a whole day of riding. They do twice this amount of riding, so they have to actually do 5 sections twice, and then today they've then got to do it all over again. Great work. We're glad to see you in competitions. I think that's just one of the regular happy fixtures of the female trials that I'd love to come and see every year. Aliska now from the Czech Republic. She's kind of made a few odd little mistakes here. Let's see if she can get some good points here. That was very smooth, almost manualing off the end of the rock there.
Yeah, nice bit of flow. Lovely bit of flow there. So on to gate number 2. Let's see how she's going to approach this one.
Yes, 2A and 2B.
Oh no!
It's little things like that, I think. Being able to correct for when the bike moves, that you can then hop off and give it another go. We've seen it a few times with Alicia that she'll just kind of hop off the bike really, and that can make all the difference, because if you can hold it, take a dab, then you can try and gain more points later on in the competition.
Andrea Perez, another one of the youngest competitors here, also on a clean carbon trials bike. Section 4.
Yeah, most of our riders ride the clean. It's a Spanish brand that was put together by a previous multi-time world champion, Abel Migueles from Spain. It's an all-carbon bike, including carbon forks. It's preferred because it's quite lightweight, but also in terms of power. When our riders really put the power down, carbon ensures that those frames stay really stiff and secure.
It's just the body that takes it instead. Right, really, really nice work from Andrea now. Look how close that bash and feet are to the rock. Shifting up to back wheel, making a lovely turn, keeping that composure to get through the next gate. Right, that gate there, Tom, is just like a knobble, rock knobble that's about 6 inches wide. So not very big at all.
Yeah, so we have someone from Norway commenting on the live stream here saying that they've got the seat on the bike. So if you're new to the sport of trials, you'll see that there's of course no seat actually built into the bike. They've actually removed it from the frame entirely. There is nowhere to put one. And of course, because of the dexterity and how agile the riders have to be on the bike, it just serves no purpose. Well, we have seen seats in that world.
Just not many. So she's going on to the third gate now. It's this big sort of side up here. Really tricky. Yeah, caught Nina out as well. That's going to be a dab. Definitely touched it. There we go. The red circles here. So no points there. That next gate. Really tough. Ooh, she's going to have to take, you could see it losing that balance, the body weight. She's shifted too far to the left. She's taken a couple.
All the dabs now. She's got no more dabs left. That will be the end of her ride if she takes another dab.
That's a 5. She's out of time. That's what it is. She's out of time. So only 20 points for Andrea. Only 20 points. So now we are... our third rider into section number 4, which should be Nina.
Yes, that puts Andrea on currently 110 points there. Nina Reichenbach's got 100 there. I'm just trying to get some more scoring updates with regards to this year. Well, we're going to Nina Vabra next of France.
Section 4.
Just scouting those gates one more time, remembering the order. Even that, just how quickly you can get off one obstacle and then know where the next one is, can just make all the difference. She's actually riding the aluminium Comas. So Comas, another brand that was founded by a previous world champion here in trials, Mr. Danny Comas. It's aluminium frame, but it's a carbon fork. So you still get the benefits of the stiff rigidity of the carbon, but a little bit of flexibility.
That's so close. The bash is just millimeters away. Really well held from Nina. Fantastic control. Oh, that's so well done. It's really, the course builder's done a fantastic job of some of these gates.
Yeah, and you'll see the observers looking down and really close at the bike. What they're looking for is the bottom bracket. That's usually the point of contact that hits. I don't know what the observer's pointing at.
They gave her a 5.
Did she cross over the white tape? I don't know if that was. She pointed down the floor at something.
Yes, so it looks like front wheel had gone across a tape on the left-hand side there. Very unfortunate for Nina. You can see they're sort of chasing off into the shade. So
no, the flag's come out there.
The observer's telling us so. The flag has actually come out of the rock. Now, if that happens, it means that the gate's been disturbed enough. Judging by that rock, it actually looks like it's broke.
That's quite unfortunate.
That is so unfortunate. Because what could have happened... Look, they have to put it in.
There's Carol Serwin.
Carol Serwin with a drill. Yes.
He's a 20-inch rider.
Yeah,
big part in putting together.
He's also the man behind Life Cycle, the training.
Yeah, training group that a lot of the trials riders kind of abide by and work to. Yeah, we've actually seen that in World Championships before. I mean, remember there was a particular famous World Championships in China that was lost by Jack Carthy because one of those flags fell out, and it was quite an area of contention because of how when said gate flag fell out.
Yeah.
But if it falls out, that is the end of the ride. You cannot continue the ride, which is so upsetting in this circumstance because it could be the lightest touch. Obviously, the section builders want to ensure that they are as firm as possible. But unfortunately, it's just the rule within UCI trials.
Right. It could have been that gate was moved ever so slightly by a previous rider.
Yep.
And it was hard to understand. So
kind of like a game of Jenga, really. Someone could touch it and then it then affects the next rider.
yes.
Obviously, it's not done intentionally.
So Alba Riera now on section 4.
She is our current race leader. She's on 190 points, which puts her firmly in front of Vera Baron, who's in second.
Really nicely done, getting up there, having to turn on that back wheel, keeping composure just to drop through. Wow. Again, so far that hasn't caught a rider out, despite the complications of those gates there. But they just go to show these are why these women are in the finals.
Yeah, I think her score in this section will actually determine where she's going to come in that podium lot. I think if she gets a clean score here, that will literally mean that, provided she doesn't make any mistakes in section 5, really turning the heat for the
Really well controlled. 2 wheels straight onto the back wheel. A minute to go, 40 points. This is a good pace.
Yeah, no, there's gate 5A and B here. Just slipping a little bit there. But
did she recover? I don't think she got a dab though, did she? She's got a gap to
that's the A gate. And now I presume the B gate will be dropped down perhaps. Sometimes they have to.
Yeah, there you go. There's the drop. So that'll be another 10 points.
50 points.
50 points now for Alba with 35 seconds to go for the last gate. Now, no wonder she's relaxing. She was like, just might have a quick rest. Just over here.
This is almost like...
I know, look, like, wait, where am I going? Yeah. Sorry, sir.
Should I go that way? No, the sun might be my way.
Excuse me, time, sir? Yes, 20 seconds left. Oh, I better go. Oh, 5. Very tricky gate, you can see there. Very tricky gate.
That puts her on 240 points, which is 110 more than Vera Baron. Meaning that Vera has basically got to clean this section and the next section and rely upon Alba and have a bit of a failure in section 5. So I think firmly this could be our World Cup winner, but we don't know until section 5.
Yeah, we'll never speak too soon.
We've seen it.
Commentators curse as well. I think we've done it before where we were like, this must be oh, maybe not.
Yeah, we saw that with Nina Reichenbach last year at the World Championships in
Abu Dhabi.
Yeah,
yes.
big error on the first
You're right.
the last section. Yeah.
So there's still another section to go, and we still have another rider in section number 4 to go, which is Vera Baron.
Yeah, she really will want to get this World Cup under her belt, because if she does, the fact that she won the first World Cup, well, that means she's pretty much been the overall World Cup winner. But Alba turned up the heat.
And there was a mistake in her previous section, so let's see how Vera does. She's going to really want to get maximum, or needs to get maximum here, so lovely, straight into front wheel, rolling down through. That was very stylish. Now she's got to get up to the next gate, so she's going to go for the rolling. She is.
Like a hook almost.
Wow, yeah. Turning. I remember there's that really thin gate. She's got a land back wheel on to keep. Yeah, lovely. Nicely done.
Over 500 of you tuning in and supporting the wonderful sport of trials. Thank you ever so much. Big thanks to the UCI and all the crew that are putting on this wonderful event here in Krynica, Poland.
So straight from that hook position up to 2 wheels. That was really well done. Really good pace from Vera. She knows she wants to make up from the previous mistake. So just over a minute left to go and halfway through. So far, so good. Yeah, big side off. Straight to 2 wheels. Swap into the rear to control herself back down.
40 points. Now remember, gate 5A and B. So the A gate is up on top of.
She's got to use that one to the first gate.
Not this one, it'll be the gap, the one she's going to. There's the A gate.
See just the pink gates there in front
Look
of her.
at this, like just having to take off from that precise corner.
Ooh. Oh, nicely done.
So smooth, just breakless style there, switching through. And now gap down to the B gate. Drop gaps.
There's the 10 points.
Who built these sections? They put a nice streaky drop gap.
Yeah, lovely drop gap.
Just
there.
asking the observer for time. She's got a little bit less time than what Alba had in this section. She's lining up for it. 10 seconds. Can she do it? Straight up. Can she get out? Can she get the 60 points?
I think she did. That's 60 points for Vera.
That's what she needed. That puts her on 190 points. So she's currently 50 points behind Alba. So it could happen. It could happen. She's done the best that she can here. And ultimately, at the end of the day with trials, you just have to do as best as you can.
Yeah, so you can see that was the hook up to 2, switching to back and dropping out. Really, really well done.
If you are new to the sport and you want to, see some of the coverage that happened this weekend in Poland, or maybe be updated on future events like this, one of the best places to do so is on the UCI Trials Instagram page. It's UCI_trials. You can see many of the quarterfinals, semi-finalists. There's some great coverage there for this sport, so please do give that a follow.
5th and final section now. Nina Reichenbach kicking us off. So females here, as a reminder, going for the pink gates, 10 points per gate. So into that static hook, watching the toes on the rock. If that toe touches, it's a penalty point. Millimeters away.
If the pedal touches, that's also...
Yeah, if the pedal, any
Look
part,
how
anything.
close that is. Biting.
They are really watching.
Well, you have to be careful as well, because when you push down to get the bounce off the tyres, no, hold it, Nina, come on. That's it. So she's not going to be able to get the points for this gate. In section 5, there is no sub-gates here.
Oh, she's struggling. She can see in her face. She's really struggling now. She's going to want to get in a much better position.
She's run out of dabs there. That is time, unfortunately. That was very tricky as the first one there. That puts her on 100 points for the entire competition. She's had a great ride. I hope she's enjoyed herself. We're so graced to see her back in the World Cups.
It's very, very unfortunate for Nina, but just getting acclimatised to the finals again, Lovely little entry, perhaps giving some other riders a chance to gain some medals too. But it is really nice to see Nina back.
Yeah, and also this is the women's elite we're watching here. Don't forget that we also have the men's elite 20-inch. That will be happening straight after this one. It'll be a separate stream here on the UCI YouTube, and then later on into the afternoon we'll have the men's elite 26. Don't go anywhere. Get those streams queued up. Open up the tabs, ready to go. Won't be on this stream. They'll be on their own separate stream. It's going to be an action-packed afternoon here in Krynica.
Eliška Rybkova now for the Czech Republic, also having to take a dab on the first gate. So 2 riders so far have been caught out on the technicalities involved with that. Despite it not being too high, it's just... lost the balance. She's gone to the hook, but body weight was shifted to the left too much. So 2 riders have been caught out in the first gate. But that'll be it from Eliška's ride today. Fantastic effort.
Yeah, I'm just tallying scores there for section 4. I think that might put her in the 6th position, just because I think Nina Reichenbach did just get a bit ahead of her there in terms of the scoring. What a wonderful set.
Yeah, you can see she's happy though. Yeah, she's really happy. Probably knows she could have done better. We know she's a better rider, but at the end of the day, it's the performance you put in on the day. There's no second runs in the finals. So we have Andrea Perez for Spain now. Excuse me. For Spain now, she's just getting ready to enter section number 5. So how will Andrea take this on?
Yeah, she's currently on a score of 110, so she might be able to get herself onto the podium here, and I believe that will be her first podium for her.
Again, another rider having to take a tactical dab on the first gate. It's just too small to go like big hook, but feels too big to go straight to back wheel. But starting on the back wheel, getting into that hook position, holding her balance there. She's got to switch to back wheel, dropping on down. There we go. But unfortunately, no points because she had to put her foot down just to get through. But it does mean that she can carry on. So no points for gate number 1.
Yeah, in this last section, section 5 here, there is no sub-gates, so it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's no A and B's here, so the flags you see are the points they're going to get. Sadly, no points on that one. I believe she got 10 points on the previous one. Is that the end of her ride there? I don't know why she's calling time there.
Did I miss? I feel like she caught a foot or...
The observers, I think, were just pointing at something there. Maybe she popped off in the wrong way. But great ride from Andrea Perez there.
Low scoring section so far.
Yeah, that's going to be...
10 points is the maximum we've seen, and we've had 3 riders go through.
Well, that puts her on 120 points, which is currently tied with Nina Vabra. So hopefully Nina doesn't get caught out on this rock. If Nina does, then there's going to be, what looks to be a tie between Andrea and Nina. Currently Nina Perez there. Sorry, Nina Vabra there.
So Nina Vabra now for France into the 5th and final section. Just some last few words from head coach Vincent there.
Well, actually, sorry, by the looks of it, Nina Vabra has more 30-point scoring in this final. Some people want to know what happens there if it's a complete tie on points. So currently Nina Vabra and Andrea Perez are both tied on 120 points. If she gets no points here, who's decided? Well, they go back and look at the other sections and see who got the most clean scores, who got the most 50s, who got the most 40s, and so on and so forth. Eliska's still there watching on the sidelines, still wanting to learn as much as she can from her other riding colleagues, how they approach this rock. It's a tough one, this rock.
Yeah, we saw. Will Nina be the first one?
As you power down,
she's getting into that swap.
Yeah.
She's held it.
Slip. Yes.
Oh, not
Wow.
quite. She's got to switch to the next one. So that was 10. This will be 20 at the top. She's got to flick to back wheel, switch to back wheel and drop down to get those points.
So that gives her the third place. We know that she's going to be on the podium. So.
Yeah, we know it's going to be a low scoring section because a lot of time's being taken up for the first couple of gates. Beautiful swap. Another 10 points for Nina Vabra there. So 20 points so far. It's the highest score we've had in this section. You can see how narrow the tape along the floor of the rocks there. So she gets through the next gate. That's another 10 points.
It's a great design of gates there because it means that if you hop down, you're not really at an advantage. You're kind of forced to do the gap. That's definitely why they do that.
Yeah. So just over 40 seconds to go. Halfway through. Another 10 points. Just flicking through there. Oh, that was close.
Just off the rock, just don't. We see it with, I think the man I really love seeing doing that is Vincent Manson. Basically, don't hold on the rock. Just don't allow gravity to let yourself slip. Just get off the rock.
Look at that takeoff. They have got to take off where that front wheel is now. Where her front wheel is, they've got to jump to back wheel.
Yeah, that's about 38 inches, I guess.
She's going for a different approach now. She's going to go for the rolling. Yeah, look.
Over the tape.
She's gone over the tape.
Yeah, so tight that. Maybe she could have got away with the last one. That gives her 30 points. That means that she's going to be on a final score of 150, bagging her second World Cup podium. She's going to be chuffed with that, I think.
Yeah, and putting in the best score so far for section number 5. You can see there, Andrea and Nina just... Yeah, see, we might be competitors, but we're very close friends. They really are a really close, tight group, I would say.
And look, every nationality pushes the sport in their own way. It seems to be something happens each year where someone goes, we're running this kind of bar and stem, we're doing this with our bike. And they're all closely paying attention to one another. We all want to push the sport as big as it can go. So, yes, competitors, but also good friends because of how small and niche this sport is.
Alba Riera now. Gate 1. Beautiful switch. She's got it really composed. Look, there's not really many correction hops. It's sort of get there, find the balance, go, and that's an ideal situation for any rider.
Yep, so the points that she's just bagged now, that has definitely given her the first place. So she is our race leader here today, winning this second round of the World Cup. Meaning that it's all going to come down to the third round of the World Cup between her and Vera, who's going to make this into the overall World Cup winner.
Yeah.
Maybe it's someone else. It could go three ways.
Making really, really good time so far, Alba.
Yep, 30 points, so 3 gates out of 6 with over a minute left. So that's what you want to see. Oh, sorry, it was 40, so really good time. I think she's going to get out on this one.
Yeah, it's 55 seconds to go.
But being very careful of that tape there. Remember, they're not allowed to cross over that tape. I think she's got to go through the middle of it, so she's going to have to pull that wheel to her right.
Shift to the right-hand side a bit. Oh, she's made it. She's recovered
Wow.
and got through.
Wow.
She's shouting time. So, see, she's got to look at the last gate. Just where her eye level is. You see that? Super narrow.
Off of that little point.
Yeah. Oh, and how are they going to get that? That almost looks impossible. Because she needs to get a front wheel in. Can you see how she's got to get a front wheel through that?
I don't think the Spanish have a word for impossible, Matt. I don't
Sorry.
think
Just extra technical. That looks, because a front axle has to go through the gate.
That. What? Oh, no.
It's a 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see that.
But happy either way. She has just won this round of the World Cup.
I wonder if she knows that just yet. I know some of the riders don't really like to really check the scores until they finally get to the end. But that is right now the leader of today's female race. We still have one more rider to go. Vera Baron is going to be coming through the last section now.
Yes, that puts her on a final score of 270 there. So, Vera Baron is currently on 190 points.
We're keeping our own score, but we will know the official overalls will come up on screen just after as well, so we can give you the final scores.
Yeah, so that's actually Alba's second World Cup win. She didn't even grace the first place at the World Cup. That one that she based on.
So Vera just finalising the course in her head. She's going to want to go for the full 60 points. We know that. So Vera Baron now for section number 5. See how she's going to attack the first gate. Well composed hook, not too much moving around. Into that static hook position, flick into the back wheel. Yeah. Oh, she's going to have to go again. That was tricky. Into the hook. Yeah, not too many corrections. Flick into back wheel to get through. So 10 points so far. This will be for 20. Flick to back wheel, drop down. Beautiful, 20 points for Vera. On to the next gate. You see there is tape either side of that rock on the ground, so they must go dead on here. Yeah, flicking through. Another 10 points, 30 points for Vera. Now this one, very technical. It's like a bit of a slant as well that goes up in height on the left-hand side. You can see, and there's tape just to the right of that pink gate, so they have to go in that very... Oh, she just made that hook look like a little roll in the park.
Yeah, they're having to keep up with the scoring here. I mean, it's so quick. A great ride so far. Very similar time to we saw Alba there.
Yeah, over a minute left to go, and she's already halfway through. So you can see she's taking her time. She wants maximum points right now.
Yeah, remember this all goes towards the World Cup as well. So I presume obviously the points will help distinguish where she goes within the whole World Cup rankings. Remember, the World Cup that we are seeing here, it's a series of 3 competitions, so it all goes to the finals there. They're competing for the overall World Cup winner.
And she gets it. I think they... Oh, sorry, she won't get it because she did put her foot down, so no points for gate number 5, but she wants to get 6, which is at the top of that rock.
Is she calling time? Is she taking a different route? She's calling time.
She's calling it. She's done. She saw how perhaps difficult the final gate was and just thought it's not worth it. Or maybe she knew she wasn't going to get
40 points there on that last section, giving her a grand total of 230 points for this competition. It wasn't the clean ride that we saw from her in the semi-finals where she got through faultless. Here's some moments here for her.
Look at this, really lovely gap to hook, and just only a couple of corrections, pausing for a moment to flick to back wheel. Really, really well composed ride from Vera. So it's a fantastic job, but not quite enough to keep her on the very top today, which is going to go to Alba Riera. We will get the final scores on screen very shortly. Look, everyone there cheering, clapping. What a great atmosphere
We
today.
can just see the men's who are warming up. Don't go anywhere if you've just tuned into this for the first time, because in 20 minutes, it looks like we're going to go to an interview here possibly at some point with Alba. But in 20 minutes' time, we'll be seeing the men's elite. We're just going to cut to an interview now.
1, 2, 3. Congratulations, Alba.
I think we've got...
It's the first win after Abu Dhabi. How do you feel today?
Yeah, I feel incredible. It's amazing to be here with a lot of people in Poland. And yeah, I'm so happy. Yeah, I'm so happy.
At what point did you think this World Cup is mine today?
No, it was tied with Vera, and I think if she didn't did that mistake, we would be more close. And yeah, I'm so happy. Good podium, and yeah, happy.
And what do you like people to say about you after this World Cup?
I don't know. I mean, I'm Alba, and whatever they want. I don't think the opinion of the people needs to import me, but yeah, happy.
Thank you. Congratulations, Alba.
Thank you.
Alba Riera there, and just like, I don't mind what people think. I'm just here to enjoy riding.
Quite important comments though. You've actually said it was based upon the mistake of Vera, because had Vera in section 3 got the same score as Alba, they would have been tied 270 points, and that win would have gone to Vera because she would have had more clean sections. So it just shows you that it's just one mistake here that can make all the difference. Let's just look at these top highlights here. Okay, so that's our podium there.
Yep.
Alba's going to be very, very happy. The last time she won first place in a World Cup round was back in 2023. She is the current world champion. The race of the World Cup amongst the women is on. We've still got it all to play for in round 3, which will be happening in September in Cordon, France. But don't go anywhere, because we're going to be seeing the men's elite 20-inch here on the UCI YouTube channel. That takes place in just under 20 minutes. Open up another tab, get it on the big screen, get the snacks and popcorn ready. This is going to be
Right, and here are your final scores. So you can see winning ahead there, Alba Riera on 270 points, Vera Baron in second with 230, and Nina Vabra in third on 150 points. And there you have our final results. Thank you very much for everyone that's tuned in and watched. As we say, we will be right back in 20 minutes to do the 26-inch men's elite here on the UCI Trials World Cup.
See you there.